Welcome to Gabriel's Guitars. Today I'm going to be working here on this Princeton Reverb amp. This is a pretty simple 12-inch speaker that we're going to be replacing today from the stock Celestion to an upgraded Greenback Celestion speaker. This is a pretty simple repair by most standards. It is definitely something that the DIYer out there could totally do themselves. However, if you have any sort of trepidation about it, or in watching this video you say, I don't know if that's the greatest idea for me to be doing that, make sure to contact your local amp repair or luthier, and they may be able to do this for you. But let's go ahead and get into this repair. All right, so we can see the existing speaker that's in here. We have a 1030 Celestion, and we're going to be replacing this with the Greenback. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by removing these panels to give me as much access as possible into the back of the cabinet. Pull this out here just to hold all my screws. Okay, there's the top section right there. I'm going to go ahead and just put that over here. I'll go ahead and remove the bottom as well. There's the bottom section. Now down here, this is the reverb unit, and luckily they only have 4 screws in here on this speaker, so I'm not even going to need to remove that. But it's not particularly hard to remove this if you need to get in to where your speaker is. I am going to go ahead and unplug this for the time being, just so that it doesn't get in the way. From here, I'm going to use a hand screwdriver, just because it's a little bit easier to get in where I need to. You always want to be very careful of your tubes. That you don't bump into them. And also, you really don't want to be handling them with your bare hands either, so alright, so at this point here, they have this kind of adhesive onto the this board here that goes behind the tweed in the front. So what I'm using is just a really tiny little pry bar that allows me to get right in. Oh, and there it goes. Came right off. So, as you can see here, we lost a little bit of the area where there was adhesive on it, but it's just paper basically. Nothing you can really do about that. That's what happens when they use adhesive. Also, this customer was complaining about a little bit of buzzing with this speaker at higher volumes, and I'm noticing now that I have the speaker off, which I couldn't see behind the tweed here from the front, that there were like little tiny flecks of what looks like wood that were stuck on the speaker. This is a relatively new amp, so most likely that is kind of what was causing it, is basically a manufacturer's defect. But the truth is that this is probably a totally perfectly good speaker. The other thing I'm going to do while I'm in here So I'm going to remove the old leads. Positive is red, negative is black, and I'm going to use this again for the new speaker. All right, so this is the new Greenback speaker here. I'll go ahead and open this on camera so you see how it's packaged. This was purchased from Sweetwater. Sweetwater always gives you candy for some reason. I guess it's sweets, Sweetwater. A little brochure and a thank you. And here is the new speaker. So let's go ahead. Get this taken out. You want to be careful when you're working with speakers. They are somewhat delicate. But here we go. Here's the new Greenback. There it is. And that's what it looks like. This has cork around the edge, which is a nice touch. And definitely a superior speaker to what was already in there, even though probably really nothing wrong. All right, so this is the new Celestion Greenback G10, 30 watt, same as the previous speaker. This is what it looks like here. This one has cork around the edge, which is a nice touch instead of that basically cardboard kind of paper of the previous one. And all I'm really going to be doing is just setting this one up in the exact reverse order of what I just did before. So again, red is positive. You'll notice that on the top here there is an indentation, a mark that denotes that this is the positive terminal. So red goes on positive. There we go. I want to make sure that that connects nicely and securely. Get it all the way down. Perfect. Okay. Then I'm basically going to go in and get the first screw installed. Again, you want to be careful of your tubes. When I'm first getting these screws in here, I'm not going to tighten them all the way. I just want these to kind of act as a support structure for the speaker until I have all of the screws lined up. Getting these screws to line up is exactly why you need to be able to maneuver, you need to be able to move the speaker around a little bit while you're getting these screws in, which is why I did not tighten the top two screws all the way. But now that I have all four in here, I can go ahead and tighten this down. Just a nice hand tighten, it's fine. Does not need to be torqued down by any means. And the last step here, to go ahead and plug that back in to the speaker. Now we're just going to put our backing boards back on, and that's all there is to it. right, and that's all there is to it. Let's plug her in and see how she sounds. Alright, so that's really all there was to that one. Pretty simple, but it is something that if you don't feel comfortable with, definitely reach out to your local amp repairman or luthier. They may be able to get that taken care of for you. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them down below, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching Gabriel's Guitars. We greatly appreciate all of your comments, your shares, your likes. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified of any new videos. Thank you so much again, and have a great day.